At around 3:35 a.m. on January 13, 2024, Officer Keith Brown of the Tampa Police Department observed a 2017 Jeep traveling at 75 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone on southbound Interstate 275. He initiated a traffic stop and the driver pulled over. The driver was identified as 23-year-old Maya Murdoch.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
You know the speed limit on 275?
60.
What's that?
60.
55. You're doing 75 miles an hour.
Oh, sorry.
Get your driver's license with you?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
Picked him up and going home.
Where are you picking him up from?
So,
What's that? Soho? Okay.
39.
I had
Can I get a yellow cab to Horatio and Howard? It's going to go to 11872
I don't
Thicketwood
know.
Drive in
What's that?
It's gonna be a
I
white
said I don't know if
Black.
I have it on me, if I'm being honest.
I guess.
You don't have it on you?
Call it a
My
black
ID,
top and,
yeah.
black
Okay.
jeans.
How much you had to drink tonight?
Not a lot at all.
Well, you've definitely had some alcohol. I can see it in your eyes and I can smell it on your breath.
Yeah, a while ago.
How long's a while ago?
3 hours.
3 hours? Okay. But you don't have your driver's license with you?
No, it was a last minute thing to go grab him. And
Do you have a registration, proof of insurance?
Yes, sir. 336. And I know they.
What were you drinking tonight?
If you could get a 52 that
I haven't had a lot. I didn't drink for a while. I'm sorry. I feel very combobulated.
Yes.
Not because I'm drunk, just because I never get pulled over.
Okay. Yep. Are you Maya?
Yes.
Okay. You have your insurance card with you, Maya?
I feel so discombobulated. Not because of anything, just because I never get pulled over. And no, I don't know what I have, if I'm being honest. Not because of
What do you got right there? That
anything.
looks like your insurance, maybe.
Does it?
Let's see.
I know. I never.
I don't know what insurance is.
I never get
Let me
pulled
see this one.
over. I just reinsured everything.
Okay. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back with you, okay?
Yeah.
Are you still living on...
Yes.
All right, I'll be with you in a couple minutes. Sit tight.
Hello, ma'am. How you doing? Maya Murdoch. Did I get that right? All right, Ms. Murdoch, my name is Officer Van Treese. I'm with Tampa Police. Did my supervisor explain to you why he had stopped you?
Yes.
Yeah, he said you're doing 75 and a 55, and he said also that you were kind of in and out of your lane a little bit. And so he pulled you over, and while speaking to you, he thought that there's a possibility that you could be impaired. So he called me to come check you out to make sure that's not the case. Okay. Just so you know, I'm a DUI officer. I'm just here to make sure you're okay to drive. That's all. Okay. Do me a favor, step out for 1 second. I don't want to get hit by any cars, so we're going to move over to the side. What's that? Okay, let's stand over by the wall over there, because if we stand here, I don't want to put ourselves in any danger. All right, do you have any medical problems, like diabetes or high blood pressure? Any mental illness? Any epilepsy, social seizure problems? Are you currently sick or injured? Have you had any medications tonight? Any drug use tonight? Any alcohol use tonight?
Like past 4 hours ago? No.
Okay, what did you have 4 hours ago?
Glass of wine.
Excuse me. Just one glass of wine? And what size? Like how big was it?
It's a normal glass.
Like a 5 or 6 ounce glass?
Yeah.
Okay. As part of my investigation to help determine your level of sobriety, I'd like to check your eyes. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Okay. You can stay there, just face me this direction. All you need to do is keep your feet together and hands down by your side. You tell what color that light is? Right. So I need you to do is to focus on that light and follow it as I move it, but with your eyes only, okay? So don't move your head, just your eyes.
Is this voluntary or do I have to?
Well, it is voluntary, yeah. Okay. You're not required to do this. Do you want to do this or not?
I will if it proves my innocence, but...
Well, it could. It could go both ways. I'm not trying to hide anything. I mean, if there's indicators of nystagmus or something, then I could ask you to do some more exercises. If there's nothing in there, then hey, we're done and we're out of here.
Is it just the speeding or?
Well, the speeding's the reason why you were stopped. He smelled alcohol. He thought that there's a possibility, so he called me just to make sure.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, I picked up someone that had been drinking.
That is always an issue. That is possible. Okay, so what I need you to do, just focus on the light, okay? I gotta hold it for at least 4 seconds on each side. You're okay.
I just feel very nervous even though I'm not anything.
Sorry, we're just here to make sure people are driving safely. You can imagine if someone's having too much to drink, especially on the interstate, especially during the rain, stuff like that, it gets, we just got to make sure, okay? Well, listen, would you do some additional exercises like walk the line and stand on one leg?
Do I have to? Do you guys think
No.
that
No. So I'll explain it to you just so you understand, okay? All sobriety exercises are strictly voluntary. You don't have to do them, okay? However, the reason why we ask people to do them is when we feel that there's a possibility they could be impaired. That's their opportunity to show us whether or not that is the case, okay? Now, if you don't want to do them, like I said, you're not legally obligated to, so you don't have to, but you would be forcing me to make a decision as to whether or not I have enough probable cause to arrest you for DUI. And that would be based only on what I know so far, which is your driving, personal indicators, and your eyes. Okay. In other words, your performance during those additional exercises wouldn't be available to me to help me make that decision. Okay. It's up to you. You don't have to do them, but I don't want to talk you in or out of them. It's your decision, not mine.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's a tough situation. I've never been in this situation.
Well, because we're on a slope here and because we're on the exit ramp for the interstate, we wouldn't do them here. So if you wanted to do them, I would give you a ride down probably to this parking lot right here, the first place we could pull over safely, and we would do them over there. And then,
well, I mean, I'm not impaired, so I don't know what my best situation is.
well, like I said, it's your decision, it's not mine. I'm asking you to do it because I believe that you could be impaired, and that's the reason why I'm asking you to do it.
So by this test?
The totality of the circumstances, not just your eyes, it's the way you were driving and other things.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of, I don't know. I've never been in this situation before in my entire life, so I don't really
Listen,
know.
I understand it's unnerving, and I understand that, but I have to make sure people are driving safe. That's my job, and this is how we do our job.
I have a lot of, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the two exercises I would ask you to do is to walk the line and to stand on one leg.
I mean, okay.
That's why we wouldn't do it here because it would be unfair. We're on a slant, and the last thing I would want you to do is to lose your balance because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not nervous about that at all.
Okay. Well, like I said, do you want to do the exercises? We would go probably to this little parking lot, or the first little turn that I could get to, right over here. This is a Walmart. So it'll be this little parking lot right here.
That's fine, I guess.
Okay. My car is the last car right here, so let's walk back there. We'll take a ride real quick as soon as we get down there. We'll get out to the exercise.
So my car just stays here.
Yeah, my corporal's going to stay here with the car to make sure it doesn't get hit. He's going to be with the vehicle. All right, this seat right here.
It's like crying.
You're fine. Go ahead, have a seat. There's a seatbelt right here. We'll put it on. I know, but it's raining and we're on the interstate, and I don't want anybody hurt. Okay, give me 1 second. 671. For 43, I'm going to relocate off the interstate. We're going to go down to the Walmart parking lot right on the corner. Adult female, and starting mile is a 7153. These are weird seatbelts because it clicked here, they don't go back. That's so they don't get lost. Okay, just walk right over here. Follow me. Alright, you can stand right at the beginning of that, right where those two lines cross right there. I'll go ahead and explain it. Okay, so we're going to use this little straight line right here that expands and joint the concrete, okay? Before we begin, I'll tell you, I'm going to give you a series of detailed instructions. It's very important you pay attention to all the details, okay? I'm also going to demonstrate. This is not meant to trick you, so if you have any questions about any of the instructions, feel free to stop and ask. I do not have a problem explaining something to you if you need me to, okay? However, I cannot answer questions during the exercise. So if you have questions, ask before we begin, all right? All right, if you could put your left foot on that line for me. Make sure it's right down the center of that line. Right, take your right foot in front of left, just like this, touching heel to toe. And then put your hands by your side against your legs, just like this. Now this is a starting position, so don't move from here till I say begin, okay? All right, now. Yeah, well, I always take that into consideration because everybody's nervous on a Friday night, trust me. All right, so when I say begin, you're going to take a series of 9 steps down the line. Then you're going to turn around and walk 9 steps back, okay? Each step has to be on the line and touching heel to toe. You got to keep your hands by your sides against your legs the entire time. You're going to look down at your feet and count each step out loud so that I can hear you. Okay? Yep, so it's going to look like this. So from here, 1, 2, 3, all the way till 9, right? Now when you get to that last step, keep your front foot on the line, but take your back foot off. And exactly like this, take a series of small steps till you turn yourself around. Then return your foot and count 9 steps back. So 1, 2, 3, all the way till 9, all right? And during the exercise, don't stop until you're finished. So you go all the way down, turn and come back without stopping, all right? You have any questions on how to do that? Absolutely, I understand. I do this for a living, and I see it all the time, so I understand. All right, whenever you're ready, go ahead and begin. Okay, next exercise, you can stand right there for me. Face my car. You're going to have to put your feet together side by side and keep your hands by your side, just like that. Now that's going to be the starting position for this exercise, okay? So I need you to maintain that position and don't move from there till I say begin, all right? Now when I do say begin, you're going to choose one foot, either left or right, and you're going to raise it off the ground about 6 inches, about the height of the soda can, okay? Now when doing so, make sure to point your toes to keep your foot level with the ground. You're going to keep your knees straight and hands by your side against your legs. You're going to look down at your foot the entire time, and you're going to count out loud, starting with 1001. And you just keep counting till I say stop, right? So it'll look like, yep, so just like this. So from here, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Correct, don't do that. You're going to just like this, okay? Now, if at any time you put your foot down, lift it right back up and continue, okay? This is a timed exercise, so don't put your foot down or stop until I tell you. Okay? Do you have any questions on how to do that? All right, which foot do you want to lift up? Your right? Okay. Whenever you are ready, go ahead and begin. Put your knees straight and look at your foot. Alright. Unfortunately, I do need you to put your headphone on. No, ma'am, I'm not joking. Okay, listen. As of this point, I do feel that you are too impaired to be driving, okay? Yes, ma'am. So, yes, I'll explain everything to you in a second, right? First of all, in the state of Florida, when you get arrested for DUI, you are required to take a breath test. When we head down to the jail and I ask you to take that breath test, do you want to take it? Okay, well, you don't have to answer me right now. I'm going to take your stuff off so it doesn't get stuck up in the handcuffs. Hold on. Listen, I have to. They're going to remove all your jewelry. But I am going to put them inside of a bag and bring them with you so you'll have everything with you, okay? Both of these, because if they get stuck in the handcuffs, they're going to destroy them.
One that is there's no clip.
There's a clip right here.
Well, yeah, that one. But there's another one that
Okay, well then I'll leave that on if you want, but I don't want it to get messed up, okay? Walk over to my car. 671, I'm 1015 Signal 1, and if you have a female officer for a search, please, up to Walmart. Grab her. I get to put that in. Alright, listen. I make my decision based on a totality of the circumstances. In other words, not just one thing, everything. Okay, I put everything together in a basket and say, is it there or is it not there? Okay? That starts if you're driving, moves to personal contact indicators, things that I noticed while speaking to you and the other officer noticed, and also your performance during those exercises. I'm not going to lie to you. There is absolutely no way in hell you should be driving right now. Okay? And that's just me being honest. You may feel okay, but physically, there is an absolute impairment. You should not be driving. Okay? You said you had one glass of wine 4 hours ago. One regular, that is almost impossible to reach your level of impairment off just a little bit of alcohol 4 hours ago. If that were the case, you would have burned that glass of wine off within an hour. So I'm just telling you that there's just no way, okay? Well, I'm not going to change my decision, but I will tell you this. I'm going to be with you for the next hour, so I'm going to walk you. I'm going to walk you through the process, and we'll get through it, okay? I can't, but sit here for 1 second. I'm going to grab a bag to put, hold on, I have to grab a bag. I can't have you walking behind me. Sorry. Grabbing a Ziploc so I can put your stuff in it so it doesn't get lost. No, ma'am, but you will be allowed to go. Listen, you will be allowed to go home as soon as you can bond out, okay? Alright, I called for a female officer to come to do a, listen, I'm required to, but I called for a female officer to come do a search, okay? We're going to wait for her to get over here. Until then, if you want to sit inside my car, we'll just go ahead and wait for her to come here, then she'll search and then we'll be on our way, okay? Come on around this way. Just going to have a seat and wait for her. Is that the seat? No, you're fine. Listen, I understand. Listen, people make mistakes. Listen. Well, hold on a second. People make mistakes, and I understand that, okay? Give me 1 second. Absolutely reeks of alcohol. Well, my supervisor, who's up on the interstate with your car right now, he is going to... Yeah, at the jail we don't do breathalyzers here. I don't even have a breathalyzer. And you blow like under the limit, then your license won't be suspended immediately. That'll be up to the courts at that point. Alright, she is at Kennedy and Howard. Shouldn't be too much longer. Yeah, if you blow under, then your license will not be suspended. What do you mean? Well, no, you can't pass or fail. They're not tests. They're exercises. It's a little bit different than that. But of course it does. I'd always take that in consideration. But what I'm noticing isn't necessarily nervousness. Well, yeah. If you end up going to court and you have a breathalyzer results of you being under the limit, I mean that could do nothing but help you, right? Oh, as far as the charge goes, it's not going to change anything. You are being charged tonight. But as far as the driver license suspension goes, if you blow under, then that will your license won't be suspended today. But if you blow over, then it will. Well, because it doesn't necessarily work like that. Let me give you an example, just to explain things, because I do want people out there to understand how it works. Picture two different people. One person's an alcoholic, and the other person doesn't drink at all, right? If the alcoholic drinks every day, all the time, and is always drunk, then they may not be impaired at a .08 because they might be like that normally. Whereas somebody who doesn't drink at all might be too impaired, even though they're under the limit because they never drink. You see how I mean with the tolerances? So if we do a breathalyzer to one person and arrest them because they're over the limit, they may not be impaired. Or vice versa, we might give somebody a breathalyzer and let them go, and then subsequently they're too impaired and they ended up hurting and killing somebody. So the way it works is we don't do breathalyzers on scene. Maybe some other states do, but Florida doesn't. So in Florida, whenever we do DUIs, it's always afterwards. We do the breathalyzer afterwards. A lot of things. First of all, you absolutely reek of alcohol, and that's just a God honest truth. And it's not because you're sitting in a car with somebody else drinking. It's coming from you. That's one very obvious thing. And then your performance during those exercises as well. Well, like I said, good people make mistakes as well. We understand that. How you doing, Officer Billups? I appreciate you coming out. I know this is a pain in the arse on a Friday night, but she's been very cooperative, good person, no issues. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It's been rougher because everything in Ybor that happened, that crowd has moved over, and they've all left Ybor and came to Soho. Now Soho's twice as many people and twice as many problems. Well, I don't suspect anything on her, but we have to search. Yes, please. I already took off one bracelet. She has a bracelet, she says, that doesn't come off. Double check it, but if it has to stay on there, that's fine. I'll just let the jail deal with that. Yeah, they'll make it come off. I don't want to be the one who does that. She's required to ask. Yep. I'll hold it for you. Hair clip. Yeah, they're gonna have to take that out there. Yeah. It's not that we want to or don't want to, but when you listen, when you go to jail, they will take it off. Matter of fact, if they can't, they'll cut it off. We don't want to do that. So, but you can't have any jewelry or anything on you while you're at the jail. They won't allow anything like that. That's going with you. You'll have all of it. It just can't be. Got it. Oh. We don't even have a breathalyzer. It's the only breathalyzers at the jail. Thank you for coming out. Awesome. Oh yeah, absolutely. Six, 7, 1. 1035 CBT adult female 7153.6. How old are you? Well, as of right now, you're just being charged. You don't actually have a DUI. There's nothing on your record until it finishes through court. So right now, you're just being charged with a DUI. You're not guilty of anything. You know how they say innocent until proven guilty? Right now, you're innocent, but you're being charged. It depends on what court says. So as of right now, nothing. But when it goes through court, it's up to whatever happens in court. What's what? Well, I mean, it's different for everybody. This is your first time, And Florida has programs to help people on their first time. So depending if they offer you the programs or not, depending on how the outcome is, I really couldn't tell you what would or wouldn't happen. It's really different for everybody. It all depends on how things play out, I guess. Well, then your license will not be suspended tonight. Well, everybody has to do 8 hours no matter what. If there's a DUI charge, it's 8 hours for a sobriety period no matter what. So you'll be out of jail or eligible to bond out at around noon, 12 o'clock. Yes, that doesn't matter. Well, oh yeah, you still get phone calls. Yeah, you'll be able to make a phone call. What's that? Correct. You can't leave until your 8 hours is up. Not really. You're going to sit in a bunch of chairs and just watch some TV and just wait for your time to be up. That's all. The only time they actually put you in a cell is if you're a pain in the ass, and then all of a sudden, excuse me, they have to deal with you. Then they'll put you in a cell to calm you down. But as long as you're cooperative, that's not going to be even an issue. As you can imagine, some people are not happy to be in jail. So some people like to buck the system, and those people are the ones that they have to set aside in a holding cell to cool down. You've been cooperative, you've been a nice person. There's absolutely no reason that they would do that to you. You're just going to sit and watch TV until it's time to get out. Yeah. Well, you already worked off half, so 7.5 now. Well, I know it seems funny, but any minute counts. Well, unfortunately, we see that all the time. You just have to be careful. If you've been drinking anything at all, you got to just not drive. Not necessarily. Like I said, it's different for everybody. There is a possibility, but that doesn't mean yes or no. What's that? Well, listen, if I were you, or when you get out of here, I'd hire an attorney or call an attorney and ask them questions. I can't give legal advice. I really wouldn't know what to tell you. No, I mean, if you need advice for that, that's for an attorney. Ask an attorney, they'd be able to help you with that. Six, 7-1. 97 CBT 7164.3. you both off. All right, did you want to take a breath test? Okay, I can read you implied consent so you understand what the consequences will be. Yes, sir.
Maya was arrested for driving under the influence and transported to the Hillsborough County Jail for further processing. Her breath alcohol test results were 0.223 and 0.205, respectively. She was charged with DUI and released on bond pending a court appearance. What do you think about this incident? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support us and stay updated with our latest videos. This is Bodycam Chronicles. Thank you for watching and see you in the next incidents.